Still in Florida. They come back on Monday. They're south of anything. They got some. She was at the pool today. Like it's totally fine. They got some wind yesterday. And it was really good, but she was like, "It's beautiful out." The pool's closed, but
Number two gives her sermon, and the sermon's going to be Sarah. We're going to be sitting. You want us to walk along the back? Yeah, 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 yeah. Never started. It'll be.
Shabbat Shalom. And welcome to Adith Emmanuel on the last Shabbat of the year. It is, because it might be September, but in our Jewish calendar, next time we come together on Shabbat, it'll be a new year, and be sure that you remember, for those of you who know what a paper check is, you'll write 5785 next Shabbat. Well, you don't write checks on Shabbat. Anyway, welcome. We are delighted on this fourth Shabbat that we have some of our choir members here with us tonight because they have been working so hard to prepare for these high holy days. So thank you for enhancing our beautiful music tonight. And we are also on the cusp of a simcha when tomorrow Molly will be called to the Torah for the first time. So we send our mazel tov wishes to you and your family. And it's Shabbat. So we turn in our Siddur to page 128. Page 128 in the brackets, as we sing Hinei Ma Tov, how good it is that all of us are here together. We turn now in our service to the lighting and blessing of the Shabbat candles. It's my pleasure as we turn in our Siddur to page 120 and 121 to invite the Wiener family to the Bima to lead us in our lighting of the candles and blessing. Who has the honor of lighting? light first, definitely light first. Okay, and then it is not yet. We'll make it on. Okay, who's saying part A or B?
All of us.
Okay, great, you got it.
As the Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who've kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you. And now we continue on page 123, page 123 for Kiddush. Do it over here. Then you can open your binder and put it flat. This is a special family Kiddush cup. Do you know what about this Kiddush cup?
Yeah.
What do you know about it?
Old.
It's old. Should I ask Mom and Dad for the how old?
Molly's great-great-grandfather's Kiddush cup.
Thank you. Okay, lead us.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho, Be'ahava uvratzon, hinhilanu, zikaron lema'aseh bereshit, ki hu yom tehila lemikra e kodesh, seper litziat mitzrayim, ki vanu v'charta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshea, ve'ahava uvratzon, hinhaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mikadesh ha-Shabbat.
Amen. I'll ask them. It might be grape juice.
I don't like grape juice.
Okay. Just to fulfill the mitzvah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. You may be seated. I think we affirmed that's grape juice. And so we turn now to welcoming in Shabbat with Lecha Dodi as we turn in our Siddur and our prayer books to page 138, page 138 in the brackets.
Verses 1, 2, 5, and 9.
and while we're standing, we take a moment to turn to somebody, perhaps not the person next to us, if we already know that person, somebody in front of us, behind us, introduce ourselves to one another, and greet one another. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. How are you doing? Nice to see you. In advance, yes. I see there's a Yorkshire. That's your mother's. How many years has it been? Oh my gosh. Wow, you do not forget that. You're welcome. Shabbat Shalom. I'm Amy Memes Fuller, the rabbi here. You are?
My name's Terry.
Terry. Oh, Mazel Tov, Shabbat Shalom. And you're? Elsa, nice to meet you. And welcome. And we continue now in our service on page 146, with Baruch Hu. We continue on page 151. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. We continue on page 159. As we join together, sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. We continue on page 161. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. We turn now to page 164. As we are able, we rise in body and spirit for tefillah.
Baruch
We continue on page 173. As we join together, may these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. On page 177, we continue. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, Hatov Shimcha Ulecha Na'eh Lehodot. We continue on page 178, Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasrim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasrim, Tasrim, Tasrim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasrim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasrim, Tasrim, Tasrim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon le'ol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon le'ol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasrim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasrim, Tasrim, Tasrim Leolam. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך, בשלומך, בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasrim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasrim, Tasrim, Tasrim Leolam. Tasrim Leolam.
We continue our prayer now silently, whether we are led by the words on the pages of our Siddur through page 181 in the brackets, or other prayers throughout the prayer book, or those meditations and thoughts in our hearts. We turn our thoughts and prayers now to those who are in need of healing. And so we turn in our Siddur, in our prayer books, to page 371 in the brackets. For those of you who are joining us through the blessing of technology, if you're thinking of individuals who are in need of healing, whether it's a healing of the body or mind or spirit, I invite you to add those names to the chat at this time. In addition to those in our extended Adith Emmanuel family who are in need of healing, we are thinking of those who are in the path of Hurricane Helene and those who are enduring wars across our globe. In our extended Adith Emmanuel family, we send our blessings of healing to Robin Pesco, Cindy Rosenberg, Moshe Ben Chanoch Shoshana, Diane Singer, Ann Silverberg, Corinne Fowler, Iris Nadell, Mary Lou Salvador, Natalie Polios, Harry Kushner, Barbara Savage, Chris Cheney, Alice Oppenheimer, Stuart Ettinger, Philip Lutz, Jerry Dreskin, Yochanan Ben Yehudit, Richard Foley, Merrill Green, Joe Wright, Libby Barsky, Carol Levine, Judy Winogren, Bob Epifano, Malcolm Fletcher, Ellen Bertuglia, Mindy Fisher, Kayla Chanabat Adan Leib Umasalea, Marlene Gratchner, Harry Greenberg, Nick Baud, Deb Nielsen, Moshe Ben Elizabeth Theodore, Jennifer Ness, Harriet Eisner, Carla Teisch, Chaim Ben David, Hugh Morton, Art Bond, Roberta Levine, Jordan Steinberg, Jeff Schaefer, Michael Infanti, Gary Garnick, Rick Ulrich, Ileana Cohen. And if there are others whose names you're thinking of at this time, you're here in the sanctuary and would like to mention those names aloud, I invite you, as you're able, to rise in your place and say those names aloud as my hand passes through the congregation. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim.
Bless those in need of healing. Please hear our prayer. Bless those in need of healing. Please hear our prayer. Amen.
We turn our thoughts and prayers and hearts now to the east as we think of our brothers and sisters and our siblings in Israel and how the fighting has increased. And so I offer you this prayer for Israel. It's not in your Siddur. It is written by rabbinical student Hannah Ellenson. Eloheinu ve'Elohei imotenu ve'avotenu, our God and God of our ancestors, we ask your blessing for the state of Israel and for all of Israel's inhabitants. Mekor Chayim, source of life, bless and strengthen those who defend the land and ensure their safe and speedy return home. Protect them and guide them. Kadosh Baruch Hu, holy and blessed one, show Israel's leaders your path so they may act with wisdom, courage, and dedication, that they may be unwavering in their pursuit of peace. Strengthen their hearts, but keep them from hardening. Matir Asurim, freer of the captives, return all those who are kidnapped, safe and sound to their homes, without the spilling of more innocent blood, without any more souls being tarnished by horrific acts. Baal Harachamim, master of compassion, help us to hold the humanity and the heartache of the Jewish people while also holding the humanity and the dignity of the Palestinian people. As we are made in your image, remind us of your ways. Spread over us your shelter of peace and fulfill the vision of your prophets. They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not take up sword against nation. They shall never again know war. And together we say, Amen. You may close your books. What are some of the times in our lives when we seek inner strength? Can you hear me? Is this? It's on. It's just a matter of bringing up the wireless mic 2. No, I can do that. How about now? Is that better? Okay. So what are the times in our lives when we seek to find inner strength? Just reflect silently for a moment on that. We seek to find inner strength. We might find that we need inner strength when we're making a transition, nearing the end of one stage and crossing over a threshold into a new phase. It can be something that we experience individually or communally. It might be moving to a new school or city, taking a test at the end of a course of study, graduating, starting a new job, undergoing surgery, losing a loved one, finishing the season and then making it to the playoffs, striving for the championship, or some other experience. In our double Torah portion this Shabbat, Nitzavim Vayelech, at the beginning of Vayelech, I'm going to talk about the second portion, both Moses and the Israelites are crossing over a threshold into a new phase. So Moses is now at the age of 120, and he knows that he soon will die. And the Israelites will be crossing into the promised land without him. So Moses says to the people, Chizku v'imsu, be strong and resolute. Be not in fear or in dread, for it is indeed the eternal your God who marches with you, who will not fail you nor forsake you. Joshua will be their new leader. And so Moses says to Joshua in the sight of all Israel, Chazak ve'amatz, be strong and resolute, for it is you who shall go with this people into the land that God swore to their ancestors to give them, and it is you who shall apportion it to them. So what does this expression, chazak ve'ematz, or chizku ve'imtzu, be strong and resolute, what is it conveying? The Israelites and Joshua anticipated that as they entered the new land, that they would need to engage in battle. Ibn Ezra, who is a medieval Spanish Torah commentator, he interprets chazak ve'ematz, or chizku ve'imtzu, to mean be strong and resolute now that you know that God will stand with you in any place where you go to do battle. Another commentator by the name of Sforno, who lived 500 years ago in Spain, he understands be strong and resolute means that in the hour of battle, God will give you extra mental strength, and God will not diminish attention paid to you. This charge, be strong and resolute, would not only help the Israelites physically to succeed in battle, knowing that God will be with them as they engage in this war, it would also serve as a comfort and encouragement to build their confidence. In Moses' message to the Israelites, they can be confident. Why? Because God is with them, fortifying them through these two difficult transitions in which, one, their leader will no longer be with them, and two, they're entering a new land. Though Moses will not be present, God will be there, guiding them, protecting them, fortifying them. And how courageous of Moses himself to offer these encouraging words to others, even as he knows that he was soon to cross over the threshold from life to death. His messages gave strength to both the Israelite people and to Joshua. Moses can serve as a role model for us today. When we witness others going through a transition who are in need of comfort, encouragement, and confidence building. Like Moses, we can say to our coworkers and classmates, our friends and family members, be strong and resolute, or maybe a different phrase that we might say more commonly or more colloquially, you got this. You got this. Be strong and resolute. And when we say that it will boost them in their time of needing strength. This week especially, I've been thinking not just about the ancient Israelites on the cusp of a threshold. I've also been thinking about modern Israelis who are at a new stage of war. While the hostages are not yet home, Hamas has not been thoroughly dismantled, and there is still military engagement in Gaza, Israel has added a new focus right now to the north, targeting Hezbollah operatives in Lebanon. I'm feeling a sense of increased concern, and I imagine that Israelis in the north, and those who have been evacuated from the north, and Israelis throughout the country, even as they have been protected by the Iron Dome, are also feeling uneasy. I've sent quick messages to several of my friends and family in Israel, and while the exact language wasn't chazak ve'ematz, be strong and resolute, the sentiment was similar. Next Shabbat, October 4th, following our Shabbat family services, giving honor to Israel and marking this anniversary of October 7, 2023, we are going to have a chance at our Oneg Shabbat to engage in a couple of hands-on projects. And one of those projects is creating and decorating cards of chizuk. You can hear chizuk, chazak, chizku, the same shoresh, the same root. Cards of strength. In this way, we will be like Moses as we make cards, decorate them, color them, sending sentiments of strength to Israelis at a time when they really need it. There's a third time in our Torah portion where we find this expression of being strong and resolute. This time it is spoken by God directly to Joshua.
And God charged Joshua, son of Nun, Chazak ve'ematz, be strong and resolute, for you shall bring the Israelites into the land that I promised them on oath, and I will be with you. Why does God need to say this to Joshua? Didn't Joshua already hear this same message from Moses just moments before? At this juncture, Joshua understands that Moses will not be with him, but God will. So too it is for us. We may encounter times of transition or other hard times in which we are in need of inner strength. We may not have a person in our lives encouraging us as Moses encouraged the people in Joshua, but God is with us. Rabbi Heather Miller of Keeping It Sacred teaches, God is with us in the places where we fight intimate personal battles. God is with us. God is with us in our hardest times. We tell ourselves that God is with us to give us that extra boost in confidence, which helps us conquer the challenge set before us. This Shabbat is the last one in 5784. All of us are at a new stage as we are at the cusp of heading into a new year. This is the time in our calendar where we work on becoming better individuals by engaging in the steps of teshuvah, repentance. As we spoke last week about remorse, we are reminded of how difficult the process can be. As we enter the new year and engage in the process of teshuvah, we might need to hear from another person those words, Chazak ve'ematz, be strong and resolute, giving us the inspiration we need at this juncture. We might be like Moses, offering others who are struggling inside the fortifying message, Chazak ve'ematz, be strong and resolute. Or, in the absence of human encouragement and inspiration, we can know that God is with us, somehow sending us the message, Chazak ve'ematz, be strong and resolute. During this month of Elul, it's customary for Jews to read the 27th Psalm, in which we seek and affirm God's presence and protection in our lives. In the final verse of the psalm, we recite, Chazak ve'ya'ametz, let your heart be strong and of good courage, and wait hopefully for God. And so we wait hopefully for God.
V'kavel
We turn now in our Siddur to page 586. 586 at the bottom of the page. As we're able, we rise in body and spirit, continuing with words of Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כאן, וגורלנו ככל המונם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד. ושמו אחד.
Our thoughts and prayers turn now to those who are no longer with us, and so we turn in our Siddur to pages 598 and 599 as we think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us. If you're joining us through the blessing of technology and you're thinking of loved ones lost, I invite you to add their names to the chat at this time. During this period of Shiva and Shloshim, we recall the memories of Ada Luboff, aunt of Renee Luboff Godfrey and Norm, Eileen Lieberman, mother of Andy Lieberman and Dale, Jill Schlesinger, wife of Errol, mother of Michelle Meyer and Michael, grandmother of Jonathan Meyer and Melissa. Michelle, David, and Brooke Dreyerman, friends of Linda Fisher. Bernie Platt, director of Platt Memorial Chapels and longtime friend and supporter of Emmanuel. We also think of those who died at the season in years past, whose yahrzeit we mark on the Shabbat. Marilyn Braden, Elaine Kardonik, Moshe Gamlieli, Rosalind Klein, Benjamin Lichtman, Norman Rue, Myrna Schulman. And we think of those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. If there are names that you're thinking of at this time, I invite you, as you're able, to rise and say those names aloud. So I would invite all those who are in the period of Shiva or Shloshim to rise at this time, as well as those who are in the first year of mourning to rise. And if you have come to say Kaddish on a yahrzeit for a loved one, I invite you to rise at this time. We also think of those for whom there is no one to say Kaddish. Zichronam Livracha. May all their memories be for blessing as we rise now as one congregation in comfort and support, continuing with the words of Mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach yirutei v'amlich malchutei, v'chayei chon v'yomei chon, u'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen.
Yehi Shemei Rabba Mevarach Le'olam Omeo Maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal Shemei dekudusha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Ta'amiram b'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom lirumav, huya aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, and comfort to all who are bereaved, and let us say, amen. May be seated. It's my pleasure to welcome our synagogue president, Doug Richter, to share with us a few hodaot, some announcements.
That one for me? Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight in person and online. Thank you to Rabbi Cantor Sandy Adlai and our choir members for helping to make tonight's service so special. Mazel tov to the Wiener family on the occasion of Molly's bat mitzvah tomorrow. I invite everyone to please join us for Oneg in the social hall after services conclude. Tomorrow at 8:45 in the morning is Torah Talk and Bagels, as usual, followed at 10 a.m. by Molly's bat mitzvah service. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. is our Slichot program and service, and that is going to be in person only. It is not going to be streamed online. Sunday morning at 9:30, we have the book club discussing 1984 by George Orwell. Next week, we have the beginning of our High Holy Days. So Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. is our Erev Rosh Hashanah service. Thursday morning, services start at 10 a.m. In the afternoon at 2 p.m., there will be a family service that's more geared to younger children, and that will be followed at 3:30 at the Sattinger's home for Tashlich. And as Rabbi mentioned earlier, next week, the family Erev Shabbat service with the theme of solidarity with Israel, and with those activities afterwards at the Oneg. And I think that is all I have for tonight, so Shabbat Shalom.
Our closing song can be found on page 662, also words that lead well as we head into a new year, Hashivenu, asking God to return to us as we return to God.
please join me in Motzi? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, b'te'avon, and Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.